Hi, I'm Teresa and welcome to our Green Acres. Today's video I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to take some thrifted items and I'm going to transform them and put them in my home for Easter and spring. I'm also going to show you how we can make a cute burlap carrot using some scrap wood, and I'm also going to do a trash to treasure. And I'm going to take a couple of little Dollar Tree items and I'm going to show you cute ways we can use those for embellishments. I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you haven't joined my Facebook home decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it, and also go over and follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. Okay, the first project is going to be a Thrift Flip Urn, and y'all know I love urns, and in my last video I showed y'all how you can make a really cute centerpiece with an urn, a wreath, and a little rabbit. Well, I picked this up at a yard sale and I paid $1 for it. And as you can see, it's very pretty. You know, of course, it's outdated with its colors. So I'm gonna try the new technique that is such the rage right now. It's the textured paint. I've watched so many YouTubes on people using the textured paint, and it's just so intriguing to watch. So basically you want to mix 1 cup of paint, and you can use any cup of paint you want. I'm using chalk paint, but this is probably the most expensive route to go because you can use Walmart craft paint, you can use acrylic paint, whatever you have, and then you just want to add to the chalk paint 1/4 cup of baking soda. If you were using a regular type of paint like a craft paint or acrylic paint, you'd want to use 1/2 cup of baking soda, and you just mix that in your paint. And as you saw, the way I measured in my bowl, I got 1 cup of water and I poured it in my bowl, and then I just measured a line, drew a line on my little bowl so I could, measure out my paint. That was the easiest way. So I'm just going to go over this vase, and I'm going to end up putting 3 coats of this on it. And I went and I painted over it a couple of layers, and the 3rd layer I dabbed it on, because what you want to create is you want it to, look textured and kind of look like concrete. So this is the end result. I just, like I say, I put 3 layers, 3 coats on it, and the 3rd layer I just kind of took my brush and I just went around in some areas, just kind of dabbed it on. Now this urn did have a already texture to it there in the middle where it had kind of like that mosaic pattern, so it's going to, already kind of have texture to it. But I think the textured paint would look really good if you use like mineral chalk paint, or either gray. So now I want to put a stencil on it. So I'm just going to show you that you can even stencil over this textured paint. These stencils are in my Amazon store. It's one of my favorites. And I did part of that stencil on one side, and then I took the bottom of the stencil and I did it on the other side. So I've got 2 different lettering on each side, so I can flip it around. It kind of looks a little bit different. So I'll stage this and show you how you can take a $1, yard sale find, and how you can, totally transform it and make it into cute decor for your home. So now I'm going to upcycle some bunnies. I've had these bunnies for several years, and I have enjoyed them. The color they are, they're gold, and they have like a green patina to them. They're very pretty, but colors like this a lot of times will blend right in to your space and don't really show up. So I took them outside and I spray painted them with Rust-Oleum white spray paint, and just kind of refreshed them, and I made some really cute little bows for them. And I just recycled a flannel shirt that I was no longer wearing, and I just cut strips of fabric and I just made some loop bows for them. And then I'm going to show you another little detail that we can add to them, that we can add just a little bit more of an embellishment to them using a little Dollar Tree item. So now we're just going to take a little Dollar Tree bucket, and I've used this in previous projects, and that's, you purchase these in the wedding section, and they come in white. So in whatever project I use this in, I spray painted it cream. Well, now I'm taking that textured paint that I had left over, and I'm just going to dab that all over my bucket so I can, make it white again. And I'm just going to show you a cute little way that we can kind of add to the to the bunny and just give him a little bit more of a little Easter feel. So I've got the bucket made. Now I'm going to add a tie to it, because basically what we're going to do is I'm going to put this around the bunny's neck. So I just want to make a long handle for it. So I just ripped up a piece of, that's a strip of flower sackcloth. It rips up really good. I tied a little knot in each end, and then I just hot glued it on each side of my bucket. And then I'm just going to put it around his neck. And then I'm going to show you a cute way that we can put some cute little Easter grass in it. And I featured this in my video, my previous video, and I'll have a link to it down below of how I made this cute little vintage inspired grass. Then I'm just going to add some of those little Dollar Tree carrots and see what a cute little embellishment this made for the bunny. It just adds just another little extra detail to it to make it really scream Easter and springtime. If you like this video so far, I hope you'll hit that like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to. Now I'm going to show you a trash to treasure. And I'm calling this trash to treasure because I actually pulled this out of my neighbor's trash. This is kind of like, I don't know, some kind of a plant holder. And it had a lot of rust to it. And I actually transformed it in another video. So I transformed it last year when I did my side porch makeover, and I'll link that video down below. But I spray painted it just to kind of freshen it up for outside. Well, now I want that rustic look to come back, because I love that rust under there for what I'm about to do to it, because I'm going to make some spring decor out of it for my home. So to pull that rust back out, I'm just going to take my sanding block, and then I'm going to take some coarse sandpaper too in just a minute, and I'm just going over some of that paint. I'm just roughing it back up, and then I'm just wiping it off as I go with a rag, because I just want it to look more distressed now, and I want more of that, that rust patina to come through. Now, just to give it a little bit more distressing, of course, y'all know I always have coffee grounds on hand, and I'm just taking a little bit of that, just dabbing that on, just like I say, just to distress the can a little bit more. And I'm going to take a printable that I purchased from Etsy, and I've used this in previous projects too, because you purchase it, you download it onto your computer, and then you can print it out as many times as you want and use it on as many projects as you want. So I resized it down to a 5x7 size. And then I went around with a ruler and, just went around and marked a smooth edge all the way around it. And then I just, cut it out. And then I'm going to adhere it to this bucket. And I'm going to take it outside and spray the back of it with Gorilla spray adhesive. I prefer that more than Mod Podge. So I just went out and I sprayed it and I applied it to the can. And now I'm just taking the tip of my paintbrush and I'm just going in and just getting it in those grooves of that can really good, just to add more of, detail to it and make it look a little bit more textured into the can, and see how pretty this turned out. Now I'm going to just show you a little Dollar Tree embellishment. And this is just some little Easter headbands. You get 4 to a pack. I purchased these last year, but if you find these, and you can find them other places like Dollar General, Walmart, pick them up. And then I'm just giving you another idea. This is another little headband that I purchased last year. These can make some cute little embellishments for your floral centerpieces. And I'm about to show you what we can do with the little headband. So as you can see, all I did was take the little headband, little plastic one outside. I got some white spray paint and I spray painted it, and that's all you have to do. And look what a cute embellishment this makes for your floral arrangements. Now you can spray paint any color you want to, just depending on what color your floral arrangement is. Go with whatever matches and whatever you like. Just a cute little idea that's inexpensive and easy to do, that really adds a little bit more detail to your spring decor.
Chasing every
Now I'm going to show you how we can make a cute scrap wood carrot. I got the inspiration to make this from SavvyCraftswithSavannah, and I'm going to link her channel and her Instagram down below. She made this, but she used a Dollar Tree item for her base. I'm going to use a scrap piece of wood because I always have that on hand, and I went over it with antique wax. You can also, water down craft paint, brown craft paint to make your stain, and I just went over both sides. I'm going to let that dry really good. I'm going to go over it with my candle wax. That way I don't have to use sandpaper on it. I can just take a plastic scraper once I've got my paint on it and my paint is dried, and it'll just lift right up and give me that chippy look, and that's what I'm going for. So now I've applied white linen or linen white chalk paint to it, and I'm going to let it dry, and once it gets dry, then I'm going to get my scraper and I'm going to distress it. And you can see how that paint just lifts off with that candle wax. And I also had a viewer comment if you could use soap, and you could probably anything that has kind of a waxy residue you could probably use. So I haven't tried soap yet, but that's another idea. So now that I've got the board distressed, I'm going to cut out a carrot. Now I'm just using that orange burlap. I've got this linked in my Amazon store, and I've used it on several projects, but I'm just going to cut out freehand a little carrot for the size of my board, and then I'm just going to go around with some hot glue. I'm going to put it on the board with some hot glue, and then I'm going to add some embellishments to it, and I'm going to show you how we can make the greens out of some raffia. And we're just going to take, several strands of raffia. I'm going to just loop it around, and then we're just going to tie it off at the bottom with some twine, and then I'll cut the top and just kind of ravel it around at the top, just kind of make it kind of frazzle looking and make it full. And you can see, I'm just working that twine down to the bottom, and then I'm just going to cut those little loops, and that'll be the tops. And it makes really good little carrot tops, but you can use just about anything. I've showed you in previous projects how you can make carrot greens out of, floral greens, and just take picks and take some leaves off of those too. And then I cut the bottom off a little bit, and then I'm going to hot glue it, and then I'm just going to add a bow, and I'm going to add a vintage button, and that's all it is. And this makes such a cute little piece to add to your tiered trays, and I'll show you in just a minute toward the end how we can style it with the things that I've made in this video. Okay, y'all, I really hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and I hope y'all enjoyed seeing the things that I made and the things that I transformed, my thrift flips, my trash to treasure. And as always, if y'all like these videos and you like my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. And always remember to share these videos and let your friends and your family know. It really helps out my channel. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And as always, y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I will see y'all in my next video. And I hope all of y'all have a great week.